Welcome to the channel, Healing here. In this lesson today, we're going to be talking about how to become a best-selling author on Amazon. Whether you're using a pen name or your own personal name. In this video, I'm going to share with you 4 tips to help you achieve the coveted bestseller tag on Amazon. Can a self-published book hit the bestseller rank? The short answer is yes. But here's the thing, hitting the bestseller tag on Amazon isn't really that hard to do. It's not like being a New York Times bestseller. Doing it on Amazon is actually a lot more easier than you would think. Maintaining bestseller rank is another story. So before I get into the tips and tricks you can implement, let's talk about the differences between the number 1 new release tag and the bestseller tag. You've probably seen this tag before on Amazon. So both these tags, the number 1 new release and bestseller tag. Now let's talk about the number 1 new release. So what does this mean? When you publish a book and you get the number 1 new release tag, it just means for that specific category you're in, your book is the best-selling new release for a certain period of time, usually 2 weeks. So let's say you're in the ketogenic diet niche and publish a new book in that niche and manage to hit the number 1 new release. This just means your book is the best-selling new release. However, this does not mean you are the bestseller, because chances are within that niche, someone, usually an authoritative figure, has that bestseller tag in that specific category. Now let's talk about the bestseller tag. This is an obvious one. So for your given category, you are the number 1 bestseller out of everyone. So everyone who's competing within that category, you are topping the list. This tends to be the more coveted tag on Amazon. So now we've cleared that out the way, let's talk about the 4 tips you can use to get the number 1 bestseller tag. Tip number 1, ebooks and paperback books. We know fundamentally sales dictate bestseller rank. But did you know being a bestseller for ebooks doesn't mean you're a bestseller for the paperback book, or vice versa? Ebooks tend to be much easier to rank for, especially when you're running a 99-cent promotion. Drive external traffic to your books from Facebook niche groups and other external following such as Instagram or perhaps even YouTube. Bestseller tip number 2. Narrow down your category into something more specific but related. Now, I'm not telling you to use ninja tactics where you have a self-help book and you choose a category in history or geography to game the system. No, don't do that. This can get you into trouble with Amazon. But what you can do is, instead of choosing a broad category like self-help, if your book has subject matter on addiction, perhaps try ranking for a sub-niche like addiction and mental health under the broad category of self-help. So this is the category, and then there's a subcategory that goes along with it as well. Again, this is just an example. Additionally, a lot of people don't realize Amazon allows you to select up to 10 browse paths. So to keep things simple, I'm going to use Publisher Rocket to find these browsing paths. I'll leave a link for you in the description for Publisher Rocket. So I typed in keto inside Publisher Rocket under the category search, and we see some options appear. You want to look for the most relevant category and organize them from worst to best, taking the highest rank to the best selling rank, and you're going to choose something in between that's relevant and has a proof of concept. So by highest rank, I mean the rank that is the worst selling in regards to BSR to the best selling rank, right? And then you're going to choose something in between that's relevant and has a proof of concept, meaning there's an indication that people are buying books within that given category. Because the last thing you want to do is choose a category that has that's very obscure and that not a lot of people are using to search, and that doesn't sell very well. Or on the opposite side of the spectrum, you may choose a best-selling category that's just too hard to compete in and the competition is stiff. So you want to choose something in between, right? Bestseller tip number 3. A very underappreciated fact is that things change in the world of self-publishing drastically, and a lot of influence can come from external influencing factors such as seasonal or macro changes. For example, releasing a Christmas-themed book close to December 25th may be easier for you to hit the bestseller tag than doing it in July. The same goes for diet books. It's a well-known fact. Diet niches go up and down, they fluctuate, and a lot of this is influenced by your customers' behaviors. As some months they go on vacation, while other months, such as January, they will be working on their New Year's resolution. Number 4, for the best-selling tip, I think this is one of the most powerful ways to influence your bestseller rank: pay to play. If you're strategically looking for more exposure on launch date, have an appropriate budget set in place so you can use sponsored ad listings to give your book more exposure on the front listing on Amazon, creating more visibility and exposure for your book. That's going to be all for this video. If you found it helpful, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching.